We will see how to store JSON data type in PostgreSQL database. In PostgreSQL database, JSON data can be stored using three data types. One is using JSON, another one is using JSONB, another one is using text data type. So I'll also prepare a separate video which will explain you the differences and advantages between JSON and JSONB data types, though they both are designated to store the JSON data type, and the text data type is normal character data type. But when you are storing JSON and text data type, you need to remember that practical limits of text data type can be based on your server memory and storage, but ideally it can store up to 2 GB of data in text data type. You can also even use varchar data type, but which may not hold too much of JSON data. So the ideal solution is to store the JSON data always using JSON and JSONB. The reason is it will give you the flexible way of retrieval also using JSON built-in functions of PostgreSQL. In case if you store JSON data using text, so while you are storing the data, JSON data, or when you are manipulating JSON data, it may not validate the JSON strictly. It means even if you have any mistakes in the JSON, it may not be identified immediately when you are storing it. They may come up during the runtime when you are selecting the data. Okay, all right, now let's see the demo of all these three methods. I have already prepared the scripts. In first method, the JSON data type has been used. The keyword for JSON data type is JSON. Here I have just created a simple table with 3 columns, and then I'm inserting the data into this. Like this is a JSON data which I'm using to insert here. So as we all know, JSON is just a key value pair. So address 1 is attribute or a key, and then this is a value, and address 2 value, key value, key value, right? So now let's insert the record into this. Let's create the table first, then let's insert the data. That's all. So and then let's select the data. So in case if you try to insert the wrong JSON here, so as I was mentioning, strict JSON validation, right? So for example, let's try to insert with wrong data here. So you will immediately get the error saying that this JSON is invalid. So that's the advantage of using a JSON data type or JSONB data type to store the JSONs. You will come to know JSON errors while you are inserting itself. So then selection is very simple. So and then you can see the JSON data like this. So I will make a separate video how to extract the key and its values of each from the JSON columns, and a lot of other JSON manipulation functions and JSON selection functions also. So this is the first method. So now let's jump into second method using JSONB data type, which is also quite similar to the first method. So the only difference is in the data type name. So let's create the table, and the same JSON I have used here. So and even here also, if you pass any invalid JSON, and it will be identified immediately during the insertion, which is similar to JSON. And then querying part is same. Yeah. So this is about second way of storing the data. And third way of storing the data is using a text data type. So in this, you don't use any JSON special data types here, which is we are using a normal data type text here. Let's create the table, and then the same JSON I have used here. So let's see the difference now here. Let's say I'm passing invalid JSON here. So it is record is inserted here. The reason is the PostgreSQL does not know what value you are going to keep inside this column of text, because text is designed to store any character data. So it never validates the data, and it doesn't know what kind of data you are inserting it. So that's a difference between these three methods, and that's the way of storing the JSON using different data types. um, thank you for watching the video. I'll come up with another video